Record. Okay. Excuse me for looking the way I do, but I could put on my shirts instead of a t-shirt. I could shave. I can actually do a lot to change my appearance and look very nice and very presentable and very showmanship. But this is not what this video is about. This video is about something probably more important than any other video I ever done. And I want you to see the truth. Back in 2008, when I was running, I did quite well. JD, JDC, JD Cravo, J Cravo, James Dennis Cravo, James Cravo, it's all the same person. Whether or not the Federal Election Commission and definitely the political parties don't want to admit to it. Most of you know me as JD. Who is this JD? And we did as a write-in 2008 quite well. Now I made a promise that as long as there was one person who supported me after the election, even though if I didn't win, which I didn't have any intention of winning and knew I couldn't win, but I wanted to see how you the people felt. And I was surprised. And all those people who voted for me, not a single one of their votes were wasted. They said a lot. But 2008 and 2012, there was a lot of wasted votes. And that's what this video is going to be about. But it was said to me a couple years ago, during the 2012 campaign. As I started college, one of the professors said, to vote for you is a wasted vote. And I've been thinking about that for years now. A wasted vote. What is really a wasted vote? Well, only until recently did it dawn on me what was really a wasted vote. Now, some people say people who don't vote, that's a wasted vote. I will agree. But there's a lot more. Far more wasted. And it didn't dawn on to me till the scandal with the secret court and the listening to everybody's phone conversations without their consent. The government went and got secret warrants and did all this behind our back. And when caught, they said, well, the usual present regime comment was, well, they've been doing this since Bush's time. Another blame it on Bush, something went wrong. That seems to be the Obama's standard answer for everything they do wrong. Well, Bush. So I guess really there's been no initiative in the Obama regime. It's just a copy of the Bush. And I know a lot of people voted for Obama because they wanted change. But they got the exact same thing that they had with the Bush regime. And I started looking back and saying the Bush regime is just a little more modification of the Clinton regime, which is a little more modification of the other Bush regime. And back. And I was watching a video of 1960 between Kennedy and Nixon and listening to the complaints and everything and realizing that nothing had changed. There was no change. Everybody kept picking the political party selectees and getting exactly what they had before. No change at all. No difference. And I think of all those wasted votes through the years. And I can understand why a person's so frustrated that they give up on voting, because it's a waste of time to go stand in line. And it's a waste of time to vote for somebody who's going to give you exactly what you already had. And it seems to be their second terms as president is even worse. So, what it really is a wasted vote? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, those people who voted for me in 2008, all 8,790 some thousand, through various names, and wrote it in, did not waste their vote. They told the country something. Something the political parties are afraid of. But every one of you who go and vote Democrat because you're a Democrat, because your father did, or those who vote Republican because we are staunch conservative Republicans, which really the Republican Party is not, they seem to have wasted their votes. And the scariest thing that I heard, even the monitoring of everybody's phone lines and everything, I heard something even worse on the news that scared me a lot worse. About a senator from New Jersey who died in office. He was 80 some years old. And they showed a picture of one being that's over 90 that they have to reel in and raise his hand. Somebody has to literally lift up his hand to cast a vote because he's incapable of doing it. Talk about a lot of wasted votes. Yeah, but that's no, tradition is not voting for the same person over and over again. It's a waste. Truth of the matter is, every single one of you people out there that either do not vote or vote for your political party has been wasting your vote. Now, I don't have all the answers, but I do know how to fix this country. I'm not going to tell you that I'm going to run a perfect presidency. I'm not even going to make the word regime with it because it's not going to be a regime. It's going to be your government. But for you to think for one moment to go out of the mainstream and pick a real person to be president of the United States and go away from the brainwashing that, oh, they have to have the experience of this and they have to be political. They got to pay their political dues. Well, that's not true. That's not what this country is built on. Matter of fact, it's turning its back towards the politician and going towards the citizen. That's what this country is built on. What kind of experience does someone like Obama have? Someone like Mitt Romney has? Or whoever else, Hillary Clinton? What kind of experience? Look at what they've done. Look at where they run. Look at the group they're in with. Then you look at the group I'm with. I'm now living from payday to payday, struggling to pay my bills. Neither rich nor poor. I'm kind of in the lower middle class that every time they give a pay raise, I get closer and closer to the non-middle class poor because I don't get a pay raise. And you out there working, every time they give a pay minimum wage increase, makes you poorer and poorer. They don't see it because they're so far above they're not even in the middle class, they're in the upper echelon of our society. They don't see how a minimum wage makes you poorer. All they see is that, oh, it brings more people up in what they make, but it also brings the poverty level up. They don't see how these taxes hurt the hardworking. They don't see that when a company hires somebody legally and they're paying them, let's say $15 an hour, they're really paying them $25, $30 an hour because of all the taxes and other taxes and unemployment insurances and everything else that the company has to pay, the employer has to pay. They don't see that. And how Congress thinks they're part of the federal government when actually they're part of the state government. They're an extension of the states they're representing to run the federal government, not the federal government itself, because they aren't nationally elected. They can't see that. They think they are. It's the president that's the federal government. He is nationally elected. The vice president's the federal government. Each state senator and congressman is a representative of the states. Congress is nothing more than a governmental mall, and that these congressmen and senators work for their states, not for their political parties. They don't see this. And it needs to be changed. It needs to bring the people into our government. The non-professional. So, where is the true wasted vote? Continuing on the same path? Has anything changed between Bush and Obama? No. Has your life changed any? No. Has taxes gone up? Yes. I mean, look at how the Obama administration tried to kill the tax cuts from the Bush administration. They wanted to increase your taxes more. They're supposed to be for the people. No, they're not. They're for the political party. Listen to the promises of the current administration to the last. And look at what you got. Do you really want someone who can go around in the world and look pretty, or do you want someone who's caring about you? I mean, aren't you tired of wasting your votes for the political parties? Are we going that far to communism? Socialism? That we are a party nation now instead of an individual? No, where is the real wasted votes? You look at yourself. And don't blame the federal government for what's going wrong. Don't blame the people in office for what's going wrong. You really want to blame the real problems. Look in the mirror. You're the ones who put them there. You're the ones that keep them there. You are the ones that are wasting the vote. And as long as you keep throwing your votes away, like you've been doing over the decades, expect nothing to change. Expect nothing to be different. Continue to waste your votes. So, actuality, as far as I'm concerned, in the election of 2008, of all the votes that were counted, only 8,790,000 were not wasted votes. They said something. They said that there's not some very happy people in this country. They are very dissatisfied. with what's going on. But the rest, look what you got. The same old, same old. You wasted every one of your votes. You are the problem. You, the American voter, is the real problem with this country. I hear people talking about taking up guns. I'm going to talk about that in a video. I hear people talking about other things. But you, the American people, you waste your vote. I run into several people who say, I vote independent, I vote independent. And I ask them, I said, okay, you vote independent, tell me how many people ran in 2012 election. They couldn't tell me. They could tell me the top 4, but that's it. There was a lot more. Over 100. Shows you how much they knew. Because they let the media tell them who to vote for. And they wasted their vote. People, you have to start realizing only we can fix our nation. Can I lead you and do the job that needs to be done? Yes, I can. What gives me the qualifications above anybody else? 1, I'm born with a decent brain, and 2, I live the life you live. I don't care about ruling the rest of the world. I'm a person who believes that it's up to the people in that country to decide how they shall be governed, and not the Congress of the United States of America. I'm a person who believes that first and foremost we feed every child in this country before we feed another child outside this country. I believe first and foremost that our Congress is designed to be an extension of the state and the people of their representing, not a political party, Republican, Democrat, Tea Party, whatever names you want to give them. Tea Party, that's another name for a Republican. So bottom line is, I believe in you, the American people, and I believe in this country. And I believe if we become an example and a guiding light of a nation ran by the people, for the people, of the people, not a country where the people exist for the government, but the government only solely exists for the people. That the government works with the people, not against the people. Those are difference to my core beliefs. And like I said, as president, every night before I go eat dinner, I'm going to ask myself, what did I do to make your life better? The American people. Each and every one of you. Every single person alive that is inside the United States at that time, at that day. And you notice I said every single person. I'm not eliminating anyone. What did I do to make your life better? This is what I believe in. That's the core values. Now, you have to decide. Will you continue to waste your votes and support the regimes, whether it's Democrat or Republican or whatever you want to call them, and continue with exactly what you have? Or do you have the courage to make your vote count and put a truly real change and fix this nation that is so busted, so institutionalized, that they waste millions and millions of dollars looking for the body of Jimmy Hoffa when they say we have no extra money. My concern is about Jimmy Hoffa. Who cares where he's buried? He's dead and buried. If his family wants to find him, let them look for him. They know where he is. I am positive. They know exactly. And if my Uncle Hootsy was right, and that's Anthony Fester from Brooklyn, I know where he is too. So, bottom line is, people, you have to decide. What do you truly want for your nation? Do you want to continue to institutionalize and support the political regimes and have our government completely go astray? Or are you going to stand back and say, no, I'm not going to waste my vote any longer. Don't tell me to vote Republican. Don't tell me to vote Democrat. I don't care any longer. I'm an individual. I have an individual mind, and I want to find out what's right, what's truthful, and who is really going to do the job. Because I'm getting tired of hearing how when things go wrong, it's from the previous president. And when things go right, which has not been happening for a long, long time, it's the choice of the present party. But it isn't. They can't even own up to sequential. We know the budget has to be cut. We know things have to go down. They can't even own up to that. They put it to the previous. But they all know they got to cut the budget. They just don't believe in the American people. I would tell you, yeah, we're doing sequential. We got to cut the budget. But I wouldn't go around wasting millions of dollars looking for a dead man's body or deciding to take vacations that is going to cost millions of dollars. I think history is going to remember Obama as the vacation president. One who took more vacations and spent more money on vacations than any other. Pretty bad. The first congressionally elected black president, which is the second black president of the United States of America, is gonna be remembered as the vacation president. He can't keep his promises that he made in 2008 because they didn't come from him. He has no idea what they're about. Me, I'm just me, just one of you, who does have the ability to fix this nation. Nothing special, nothing great. Just a man who believes in you, the people. But I'm trying to wake you up, trying to make you understand you are the problem in this nation, no one else. And you have to fix it. Think about it seriously. How many years have you wasted your vote by letting the political parties tell you, or let the TV and the media tell you how you should vote? Thank you. This is JD. So where is the real wasted vote? Actually, the one that elects the political parties. Thank you. Have a nice day. This is JD.